If the government is able to create at least 1.7 million jobs over the 4 years, we are holding everything else constant, then we'll say that we would have eradicated to a very large extent joblessness in this country. For the opposition NPP, these jobs you're promising are fairy tales.
Well, because they have run through a fairy tale kind of life before, they think it's the kind of thing we are doing. No, this one is a real committed response to the challenge we are facing today. It's not going to be fairy tale. Lots of countries are also approaching us for jobs abroad. We are responding to them. We are not going to take all our young people out of the country. We are going to give opportunity for those who want to do it, work outside. But I can tell you, the 24-hour economy is not going to provide jobs that can be described as fairy tales. We are determined and we are making it. It's not going to be something to be overlooked by the fact that it's just a pronouncement. You know, we've presently we've done enough of we've done enough of estimations and we've gone through a number of scenarios to the point that we know that once we launch and we are moving, we are not going to stop anywhere. It is about rebuilding this economy. It's about resetting the mind of people. It's about telling people that, look, the jobs you are doing, it's not just for you to earn money, but for you to leave something for the future. In the past and in the near past, the impression in being in government and doing a job was to make as much money as possible, not related, not regard the impression about the fact that it will have a consequence on the nature of the economy and the nature of the generation we are following was not part of the thinking. We want now for people to think that when you are working for not just yourself, but a future you are not necessarily going to inherit. Somebody else is going to inherit. It is what makes Europe what it is. You go to Europe, you see the 9 streets, you see all the good things, and you praise them. They give you the opportunity to come and work here. You are gathering the money and putting it somewhere. Now, after you are no longer in government, what are you going to do with that plenty money? And so we now want people to commit themselves into working for the country and making sure in doing so, they know that they are contributing to a national development in a specific manner.
I mean, a key pillar of the 24-hour economy policy is our ability to change the work shift system from what we have today, an 8-hour to 8-hour times 3. So then we work the entire cycle of the day or evening, however you look at it, right? What is the state of the amendment to the Employment Act or the Labor Bill?
Well, we are trying to look at it. We've been looking at it. It's gone very far. But there's a small debate about it. You know, we've had a number of meetings concerning the amendment of the Act to reflect the 24-hour economy. But the lawyers, you know, they are at cross purposes as to whether there's a need to change anything at all. If you say people would work for 8 hours, you are not saying that 24 hours doesn't mean that one person must work for 24 hours. So if 8 hours is the minimum number of years, the maximum number of hours one works, and then you have an opportunity to add another 8 hours, it must be somebody else doing it. That is the concept, not the same person doing it. So you don't need to put in the budget, in the law that 24 hours, not by one person, but by 3 people. It may not be necessary.
Right, so are you saying the only thing holding the laying of the bill in Parliament is the determination of whether or not one person will be working that 24 hours or 3 different people will be working the 24 hours?
No, not at all.
So then what is the holdup? Why hasn't it gone to Parliament?
No, to do a law, you have to go through processes.
Okay.
We are in the process, giving it to give it to the Attorney General, who will then look at it, then it will go to Cabinet, Cabinet will pass it, and it will go to Parliament. So that process is going on. So eventually, when all the processes are done, but I just told you about when you asked about the 24-hour economy, whether that is going to be effected. I gave you the impression, I mean, the debates as to how to amend that portion, which is not a big deal at all. Today I was speaking with the first deputy speaker, and he thought that there was no need for amending that part of the law. There are other areas that we are looking at. So eventually it will come to cabinet, and then cabinet will pass it on to parliament.